right. Hey guys, welcome back to Sun Crypto. It is October 10th, 2021, just about like at 9:30 p.m. Eastern Time. In today's content, we're going to talk about BTC. We're going to take a look at, Ethereum, Link, and XRP on a macro view and what type of price action we could anticipate over the next few weeks and so on, right? So if you're new to our content, don't forget to hit the likes. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Join the public Telegram group, link in the description, and all that good stuff, right? So now let's dive into the analysis regarding BTC. We're going to start off with BTC on a weekly basis, right? So what we said over the last few days was like we're going to be focusing on BTC on a 7-day cycle. Why the 7-day cycle? Because the 7-day cycle did not basically close below the weekly 21 EMA right here. And as soon as we started to break out, got our 2D MACD flipping positive right here, what we said was like, this is it, guys. We're most likely going to be pushing higher. So going back to the 7-day cycle, as you can see right here, our 7-day resistance was just about like a 49K area, right? And we managed to close above a 49K area. Now we above like a 55K. 55K, it is a very, very important key level to keep an eye on, because if you take a look at it, right there, okay, right there, between 55 up to basically a 56K area, that's our previous resistance right here back in like April. We could not get a candle close above it. After the May dump, April dump right here, we basically pulled back right here. After the April dump right here, we pulled back up above, 56, 57, but could not get a candle close above it. As you can see right here, one of the reasons why I was saying like a 56 going to be a major resistance in the short term, that was the reason right here. Okay, so we hit 56, give or take, right, 56 and a half, and got rejected, and now we're trading just about like a 55K area. Our next key area to keep an eye on the weekly basis, not on the daily, hourly, and all that good stuff, but on the 7-day cycle. Remember, the cycle gonna close on Thursday. Okay, cycle open on Friday and closes on Thursday. Unlike the weekly, the regular weekly cycle, open on Monday and close on on Sunday and all that good stuff, right? So now we're going to be looking for our next resistance area up to 59,666. Right, 59,666. Right. If we take a look at it on on a 3 weeks basis right here, remember, on the 3 weeks basis, we want to close above 56, right? However, our beautiful red candle right here, right, rejection was just about like a 59.6 right there. Okay, so we just want to respect that resistance. This 3 weeks candle going to close on the 27th. So if we can stay just above like let's say 59 and a half by the 20, the 21st, actually, this candle going to close on the 21st. On the 27th, we're going to close the 50-day cycle, right? So if we can stay above 59 by the 21st, it is going to be incredibly bullish, right, going forward, right? Remember, we talk about like how important it is to get a candle close above 58, 59K area, right? So now let's take a look at BTC on basically 50-day cycle, right? So on the 50-day cycle, guys, we know exactly what we're looking for, right? We know exactly what we're looking for. What we said was like, if we can get a candle close above right here, just about like a 59, right? As we just said regarding the 3-week cycle, we're most likely going to be in a bull market. Okay, we got all the confirmation we needed on the low degree. We got the 6-hour time frame flipped bullish. We got the 2D time frame flipped bullish. We got the price action above the weekly 21 EMA. The only major time frame we need right now on the macro scale, it is our 50-day cycle to give us a green light that we could be pumping all the way up to some crazy prices, let's say 100K and all that good stuff, right? But in order to basically pump to 100K, once again, guys, we got to get a candle close above 59 to 60K by October 27th, right? So if we can do that, we could be expecting high prices after that going into November, December, and all that, and going forward, right? So now let's take a look at BTC on a monthly basis, right? So on a monthly basis, guys, the 50-day cycle going to be one of the most important. I don't think like the monthly cycle going to be that important, as long as we close above 50 58 to 60K. Even if we get a short-term dump after that, I think like it is still going to be okay, as long as the 50-day cycle get the job done, right? However, if the 50-day cycle doesn't get the job done, even if we close the monthly above 60K, we still need to be cautious. Okay, we still need to be cautious, right? Just in case we do not get the continuation pattern. But as of now, the macro view is dominant, right? Short-term view, yes, we could get some bearishness, here and there, right? Some 3%, 5% pullbacks, but we just have to focus on the macro view and try to figure out how we're going to be breaking out above 59 to a 60K area over the next like 2 weeks, right? So the next 2 weeks going to be the one of the most important time frame, right? Going forward, the next 2 weeks, okay, basically till October 28th, right? So let's go ahead and take a look at BTC on the quarterly cycle. So if we take a look at BTC on the quarterly cycle, right, what we said was like over the last few months, we just been pumping and dumping, right? So nothing has been going on, okay? If you take a look at it like in terms of macro view, since like, January, okay, we talk about like how, pumping all the way up to a 65K was extremely bullish. However, dumping back down to a low 30K could give us a tough time, right? And that's exactly what we did. And what we said was like anything at or below 30K, right, within the next like a quarterly cycles, it is going to be what? It is going to be a bullish sign, meaning like bulls most likely going to be defending the 30K area. And that's exactly what they did. Now on the quarterly cycle, right, bears going to be what? Trying to defend, right? 60K, right? 59 to a 60K area. But guys, they don't have like the entire quarter to basically defend, right? Defend the 60K area. Okay, they only got like a 2 weeks. Okay, if we get a candle close above like 60K by October 27th, October 28th, that is it, guys. Okay, so we could assume like the quarterly cycle could be going much higher, right? So something to basically keep in mind. We don't talk about the yearly cycle for BTC, right? But let's go ahead and take a look at the yearly cycle, right? So if we take a look at the yearly cycle, right, it is extremely bullish. If we let's take a look at it on BLX, right? So you take a look at the yearly cycle, right? Since 2010, right? We only got like 2 bearish yearly cycle. Okay, so it means like even if you buying BTC right now at let's say 55 or 50K area, right, you could assume like over the next like 4 to 5 years, right, you could be getting like some much higher prices. Because guys, we do not get to we do not tend to be that bearish on the macro view. Okay, we do not tend to be bearish on the macro view. So on the yearly cycle, BTC, it is still a hold. It doesn't seem like it is that bearish. I don't see anything bearish on the yearly cycle. Okay, the only yearly cycle we got extremely bearish was right here. Even this yearly cycle was not that bearish, okay, because we did not even like retest 50% of the previous yearly candle right here. As you can see right here, we retested like 50% of the yearly candle right there. Okay, so BTC, extremely bullish. Hopefully we're not going to get a bearish candle in 2022, but we will discuss it once we get the our current yearly cycle close by December. Okay, sometime in December. Okay, December 31st, actually, right? All right, guys, so make sure to hit the likes, guys. Make sure to hit the likes. Let me know what you think about BTC and what type of art you want me to basically cover before I'll go ahead and take a look at Ethereum and all that good stuff, right? So let's move on to Ethereum, actually. Okay, so Ethereum, we're going to take a look at it on a 6-hour time frame. So let me know what type of art you want me to cover, guys. So after I take a look at this alt, I'm going to take a look at those alts, right? So let's take a look at Ether. Okay, so Ether, we're going to start off on a 6-hour basis. We got a short-term bearishness, right? It doesn't mean a reversal pattern, right? But we just have to respect it, and could be accumulating more ether if we get some more pullbacks, right? Right here. Okay, we got our MACD bearish, we got our RSI bearish, and we started what, making some highs right here. MACD been relatively flat, or making some lower highs, right? So it is a bearish setup. However, it is not extremely like bearish, like in terms of like a reversal. We could be looking for a potential retest of the 382 pullback right there. Okay, if we get any lower prices, right, we got our next support just about like a 32, 33 range, and the next support after that going to be just about like a 31.50 to 31.80, right? If we get any any pullbacks over the next like a few hours or even few days. Okay, so just have to respect it. Doesn't mean it is gonna go down to like a some crazy prices, but we just have to respect these prices and see what type of correction we're gonna get in this range. If you take a look at it right there, we did have a nasty bearish divergence, right? Both on the RSI and both on the RSI and MACD right there. Okay, price action was making what, highs right here. We just dumped down to retest the support area and basically managed to pump all the way up to 4K area from $3,000. Okay, so short-term support for Ether, just about like a 32, 33, and next support after that going to be 3180 to a 3200 range. Okay, if we get any pullbacks, in order to basically continue the bullishness, we gotta take out what? We gotta take out 3700. If we take out 3700 right here, we could be looking to get a very aggressive move above a 4K area right here. Okay, so as soon as we take out, like, get a daily candle close above 37, right, 3700, we could be looking for 4K area, right? So now let's go ahead and take a look at Ether on the weekly basis. So Ether weekly doesn't look that juicy with that bearish candle, but once again, okay, Ether bulls, they're still above the weekly 21, right? We need to take out the weekly 21 in order to be extremely bearish. Okay, so next resistance on the weekly basis going to be somewhere around like a 4K area right there, as we just discussed, right? If we can take out 4K on the weekly basis, not on the daily, right, but on the weekly, let's say get a candle close above like a 4070, as we said before, right? If we can get a candle close above it, we're going to start looking for high prices and all that good stuff. And the easiest way to get our next targeted upside is like to just do a swing high down to a swing low, and 1.27 going to be somewhere around like a 51, and 1.41 going to be 55K area. Okay, 55K, 5500 range, right? So but once again, we got to take out 4K first before we talk about like a 5,000 to a 5,500 range, right? So that's all I wanted to cover for Ether. Now let's go ahead and move on to Link. So Link, let's take a look at Link on the 6-hour basis also. So Link on the 6-hour basis, we got a bullish pattern. However, because of the bearish divergence, right, we just have to respect it, right? We got a double top, double bottom. You know I love double top, double bottoms, right? So right here, right there, right here, right there, right? So beautiful consolidation. However, we got a strong bearishness right there. So we just have to respect it just in case we do break out below 25. We got our 0.618 all the way down to like a 23.5, right? And 0.786 going to be at 22.5, right? In case we get a continuation to the downside. However, if we get a strong bull candle right here and break out above 27.5, we could be taking it all the way up to a $31K, $31, right? Not 31K, $31, right? We got another resistance all the way up to 35, but we'll see if we could break out above 31 first, right? So something to keep in mind. So short-term support 23 and a half, right? Short-term resistance going to be 31. Okay, a bullish pattern, but got a bearish setup right here. So we just have to be cautious, over the next like a few hours, right? Just in case we get a shakeout and all that good stuff, right? So now let's take a look at link on a weekly basis. Pablo S Crypto want to talk about XEM. All right, so link on a weekly basis, we back above the weekly 21, weekly 100 EMA. It is right around like a $17, right? Not sure if we're gonna get there anytime soon, right? As long as we can stay above the weekly 21 EMA, bulls could be could be defending the dumps, okay, and try to push it back up above the weekly 21. But if we lose the weekly 21, our support going to be somewhere around like a $17, okay? So something to keep in mind, even though everything looking good as of now, since like we got the candle close above the weekly 21, still have to remain very vigilant over the next like a few weeks, just in case we get a shakeout. So if you see link somewhere around like a $17, it is going to be a steal, right? Something to basically consider going forward, right? So our weekly resistance is going to be right there, nearly at all-time high, all the way up to $50, okay? Just have to take out right there, like a $31, our next short-term target. If we can get a candle close above like a $31, we could get a nice easy ride all the way up to all-time high, okay? But we just have to avoid getting this move to the downside, okay, in the short term. So now let's go ahead and take a look at XRP. So XRP, it is looking bullish, right? As of now, low volatility on a weekly basis. As you can see, our MACD, we're gonna start off we're gonna start off on the weekly time frame on XRP. As you can see, low volatility right here. It means like we're about to get a big move, okay? So if we can take out just about like a $1.30, right? 132 right here, we could be looking for a candle close above like a 158 right there. That's going to be our second short-term resistance all the way up to 158. In terms of pullbacks, we know our macro support for XRP, it is going to be like a 45 to a 32. Anything above it, I think like bulls could handle it, right? Let's say if we dump down to like a 65 and all that good stuff, it could just be a temporary a temporary pullback. However, if we can if we dump all the way down to like a 32 to 52, that could be severe, right? But we could still create some bullish pattern somewhere around like a 32 to 52 area, okay? But as of now, right, it is looking good. We're above the weekly 21, right? Weekly MACD, it is still positive. If we take a look at it on a monthly basis, you take a look at our RSI right here, it is still looking very strong, okay? Since when? Since like May 2020, we've been following the same trend right here, right? So it is looking pretty good. Price action above the monthly 21, price action above the weekly 21, weekly MACD, it is still positive. So we got a lot of positive news for the bulls, right? So on a monthly basis, once again, we just got to take out like a 162, 163, and we know our macro resistance, right? It is going to be $2. A candle close above $2 on a monthly basis will trigger a bull market for the XRP bulls. So something to basically keep in mind going forward. If we close above $2 on a monthly basis, bang, okay, we're going much higher, right? So now let's go ahead and take a look at TKY. BTC on KuCoin. Take a look at it on the 3D. So TKY does have a lower, the volatility is low, the volume is low, but you could get a retest of the bottom right here, okay? could get a retest of the bottom right there. Right there. Okay, so it does look good in terms of like indicators. Your indicator still making what, high lows. So even if we dump down here, it could just be a temporary dump down to a support. That's almost zero, but you know what I mean, right? It's not going to zero. It could just wick down and basically reverse to the upside, right? So right here we almost at 1 sat. Okay, that's 1.5 sat, right? So you don't have much to lose because it is already right around like 1.5 sat. So unless it goes to zero, right? But let's see. Let's see if like we can hold support right here, and after that you could be looking for a potential resistance trend line right here. Break out above it, retest it, we could be going to the moon, right? TKY Ether. Oh, the key. So versus Ether, it looks great. Okay, it looks great versus Ether right here. Okay, sometimes one of these sometimes with these patterns, right, you just don't know when you're going to get the breakout. Even though everything looks good, you just don't know when you're going to get the breakout. It could move sideways, like, for the next like a few weeks before breaking out, right? We just don't know. But the only thing we can go by is like just go by the pattern and expect like a breakout, just like on QSP, right? We talked about QSP when it was like I think like a 90 sats, and it pumped all the way up to like a 150, and it is still a good hold because we're looking for like a 400 sats and higher, right? So now let's go ahead and move on to DOT. So DOT, we just hit resistance, right, all the way up to 37 right here, right there. That's our resistance, right? Take a look at it on a 2D basis. 2D MACD just about to flip positive, but we're already at resistance. So we need to take out, 37 over the next like a few days in order to keep up the momentum, right? Remember when DOT was right here, I was actually bearish on DOT when it was right here. And I was like, okay, if we retest like a 33, it is going to be a resistance because we could be creating a flat correction, right? We did create a flat correction right here. However, the market was bullish. So I was like, okay, no need to be shorting right now since like everything is going up. So most likely DOT could be breaking out above the 33 and could be looking forward to retest the 36 to 37 area. So now we just gotta, break out above 37 to keep up the momentum. The 2D time frame starting to look good right here. We could say we got a bearish divergence, right? But we just don't know, how bear is going to be reacting right here. Okay, so let's just wait and see if over the next like a few days we can break out above like let's say 38.5 to basically 39.5, right? And after that we could be looking for the 48 to $50 range, right? So now support area to keep an eye on over the next like a few days is going to be right here. Okay, 27 down to a 26, going to be now our macro support going forward. Right there. Okay. So unless basically we want to create another basically a flat correction like that on a 2D basis, which is going to be a time consumption, right? It could like basically last forever, right? If we basically going to be retesting like a 26, 27, but it is still going to be a good support in the next like a few days if we retest it, right? Hey, what's up, David? Thanks a lot for tuning in. XRP finally going to the moon. I mean, I'm not trading any NFTs, so I'm not buying any neither. So I can't tell you much about investment advices about regarding NFTs, right? Right here. So let's see if we can break out above 38 over the next like a few days. All right, guys, I'm just going to keep it short since you guys don't have any alt you guys wanted to talk about. So thanks a lot for tuning in. Don't forget to hit the likes. Don't forget to join the public Telegram group, link in the description and all that good stuff, man. Hey, what's up? Okay, thanks a lot for tuning in. All right, guys, thanks a lot for tuning in, guys.